All right, Ryan, here's the deal. My son, my daughter-in-law are out on a wedding, and I want to basically, I want to come out here and I want to blitz their yard. I want to completely redo this backyard. Now, the first thing here is this path is awful. Yep. So I want to put some flagstone, maybe some breezeway down in this area, level it out a little bit so they have a nice kind of path to the backyard. Does that make sense?
That's it. Have our timbers on there, buried drains.
Okay.
All the things we need to get done first.
All right, so now this backyard, just a beautiful home. But one of the problems with these homes is they're basically cookie cutter. The landscaping is just kind of stamped and they move on. So here's what I'm thinking about back here. Not a whole lot of yard for my granddaughters to play in, and so what I want to be able to do is level a little bit of this out here, come back from this area, and I want to put like a moss rock wall, maybe about 4 feet away from this fence, raised up a couple of feet, so that this can be a planting area for some trees to kind of put a barrier between these houses, and then I want to extend this lawn. Take this retaining wall all the way back out here to this edge.
And kind of mimic the other side, right?
Right, taper it off.
Okay.
And then I want to take this rock out and extend this lawn. And one of the things my wife really likes and what we talked about is those Chanticleer pears. Because they actually hold their leaves. They'll hold their leaves through, I don't know, December, January before they all fall off. Yeah. So it still gives you a little bit of coverage here. And they're just so pretty.
They're nice really full nice trees and they're really hardy too.
So but this is what I'm thinking. You, me, maybe we'll hire a couple other guys and we knock it out in 2 days, 3 days before they get back.
Yeah, we could do that. That'd be great. That'd be perfect.
All right, you ready?
It's a lot of work, but we can do it.
All right,
brother.
Let's blitz this yard.
All right, guys. So we're building a pathway in here today. All we had was a bunch of river rock in here that kept slipping down. Okay, so what we had to do first is we had to bury our drain to go underneath of here down to our drainage. So we're putting our timbers in. We're gonna backfill this with dirt, tan breeze, and we've got tan flagstone as well. So we're gonna have a uniform pathway going all the way to the back.
Is to make the hole smaller than the rebar so it really holds it down, and then leave about that much that you have to hammer through at the bottom so it's a super tight fit and this timber doesn't move anywhere after we put the backfill and the rocks up. We're going to trench out for an underground downspout. We'll connect it there with the pipe so that it goes underneath the new walkway that we're putting in. Okay, you can see the drain right there where it was, and here it is coming out the other side. All right, so what we've done here, we staked our line about 3.5 feet away from the wall. So we're gonna build this retaining wall out of this moss rock, and we'll dig it down here, and you see a couple pieces placed. We're just kind of getting it for a look and aesthetics, and then you see the gigantic rocks here. So we're gonna build this nice retaining wall that's gonna hold in the soil, make some planting areas, and then we're gonna put some trees in here to basically clean this whole fence up, give us some privacy from these other homes. Okay, as you can see, here's what we're gonna have to do. Here's our sprinkler line, right? I'm sitting right here, dug it out. So I'm gonna cut this, extend the pipe from there to here, and we'll start and have our sprinkler up against our new retaining wall in front of it to sprinkle the yard. So we're just gonna slice it, move it over, and bury it. So we just reattached right here, as you can see. Where is that? We just reattached it, crimped on the clamp, and now we got the hose going right to here. I'm gonna bury the sprinkler head. All right, so here we go. Throw the clamp on here on this end. Throw the same sprinkler head on. And then we'll just clamp her down, crimp it, and then bury it. So crimp her,
nice and tight. There it is. Now all we have to do is bury it.
Yeah, we see.
Yeah. And then I always put the old grass back around the sprinkler head like that. Another piece of, yeah, there you go. Never happened. All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so we're creating this little moss rock retaining wall, and it's really, you know, quite easy when you do it. You dig some holes, you trench it a little bit, figure out how you want to set it, and then you set your rock in here like so. How does that look from that angle? You put a tilt on it. We can put it up on top of this rock a little bit if we want to. Just a little bit of a, we've got to take a little of this out right here. Right in that area, if we're going to do that. Okay, there you go. And what does that look like if you stand back and check it out? I don't like the way that looks. I might just go right here. Again, it's too high right here. All right. And you just bury it in there.
Go! Rápido! ¡Todo! Cambien.
Y es 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Sí. ¿Cuánto está?
Those are some big trees, boys.
Oh, crap. About as big as we could get manhandled.
What do you think that root ball weighs?
400 pounds?
Tráiganlo para acá. Muy bien.
Maybe more? No?
No.
All right, you guys go. I help.
Which one's back?
This is para atrás, ¿no?
Sí.
Aquí?
Sí.
Here, I let you go. I turn. Help turn. Lista? Una. Hola.
This is how you slide a tree in there. How you
Which way
turn
you
it.
going? That way?
Use the pick.
Espérame.
Little pick hoe. There it is right there. Now,
And go.
spinner.
¿Dónde está la cara? Hold on. ¿Dónde está la cara? I think we're good there.
I think we're good there too. Mira. See? See?
Looks beautiful, boys.
¿Verdad? Sí, porque estas ramas están así.
That's why I pay you the big bucks.
We got this, huh? This is how you blitz a yard, right?
Yeah. All right, so there's a big hole in the middle of the yard. What we're doing is pulling the sod out, right? And we're gonna fill this in with some topsoil and then roll the sod back down because the grass is still really good. And this way it'll level out that hole so we're not playing for my granddaughters in a swamp all the time. That part was ruined from a swing set, so I just filled it with some dirt. Now I'm gonna put some topsoil in there as well, mix it in. But that's what we're doing here with this part of the lawn. Here we go, we add grass right here. You can see we've added the irrigation. Here's one right here. Little sprayer. irrigation here. Now we'll have sprayers on all these trees to make sure these things are taken care of. Coming along quite nicely. See, this whole area has leveled out where we added the dirt, where we peeled back the sod and added the dirt. So it's not going to be pooling anymore. It's not going to be like a puddle back here for my granddaughters to play in. It's going to be nice. Just add the sod here and it's all good. Here's our trees with our rock retaining wall, little mulch in there. Now all this has been extended. This grass, little landing stone right here. It's all been irrigated. All comes down, extends the lawn. This whole back area has been cleared out for the next extension into the living area, outdoor living. We put a hot tub and a patio back here. Taking out the pool that was right here. We added the new sod right here. This will all grow back in. This is beat up because we were on it so much, but it'll all grow back in and even out next spring. And here's our new walkway with the flagstone and the breeze. This stuff here will harden. It'll become like concrete right here. This stuff between the flagstone. We're just placing our last few pieces of flagstone. Little breeze.
Level that flagstone out. Good. Poquito aquí. Stop, no? Correcto.
Okay, here we are after 2 days of Blitz in the yard. Unbelievable job.
Good job, man.
Unbelievable work. Now, the first thing we wanted to do is we wanted to create a pathway into the backyard because this was all these river rocks here, these small rocks, and it was almost impossible. There was a real grade, a real tilt to this that made it really hard, not only to walk, but almost impossible to get a lawnmower back to the backyard. So take me through what we did here.
So yeah, it was like marbles, you guys, just falling down. Everything started rolling down. So we wanted to make a pathway that was easy access, lawnmowers, walking, everything. And plus we wanted to beautify the side of the house. So what we did is we had to pull all these rocks out, lay these timbers in, so we had a border. We had a border between our rocks, our flagstone. So we laid this flagstone in here with the breeze filling in the gaps to make us a beautiful pathway that goes all the way around to the back. Now, if you guys check this out, okay, the attention to detail is so sweet here. Okay, we've got a hinge that's going right here. And my boy Raul over there, he took care of this, man. He zipped it out and he cut it out so we could have this door open up flush so it wasn't sitting, you know, kitty wampus. We can get, you know, even a wheelbarrow in here. So the attention to detail is great. They continued to the pathway back here, and they even tapered it off here so when you're walking up here you don't stub your toe. You know, otherwise we would add a piece coming up like this and it would have looked horrible. So this just gradually comes right into the grass. Is here what we did. Now, to show you guys what we did here in the backyard, there was nothing back here. It was a clump of weeds and trees. There was nothing going on. I think we had what, Mark, 6 inches of rock? Something like that?
Yes.
So we took all that out, took some of the soil out, and we laid this moss rock in. So it has a nice defined border. So we can actually put plants here in the future. Okay, any grasses or any flowers or anything like that. This over here was all rock. The grass stopped right here at this line, you guys. This is all rock. Let's beautify it. Let's take it all the way up to the patio, make more living space for us, right? So we added all this soil in. We had to dig down into the irrigation, tap into the irrigation, get all the heads going, and get all the grass watered. So we got all these beautiful trees in here too. Huge trees. They almost look mature, don't they?
And these are all Chanticleer pears. They're about 14 feet high, a 3-inch base caliper, and about a 400-pound root ball all buried in there. And this is going to give great privacy between my son and daughter-in-law's house and the houses behind them. And these things, the great thing about Chanticleer pear is we're here in November.
We are.
Now, this is a peach tree. You
No
see the
leaves?
leaves?
There
They're
are none.
gone. You'll see right through them. These things will hold their leaves till, I don't know, deep into the winter, like January, before they all fall off. And then the next thing you know, springtime rolls around in March and you get a full leaf again. So it's a beautiful, they're a beautiful tree. They hold their leaves for a long time. And as you can see, they're absolutely gorgeous back here in the backyard.
Now what else we did along here, we had a flower garden, you know, a raised garden out of timbers here. It was kind of in the wrong spot. We had a couple trees over there, and we basically opened this up for future use. Whether we want to put a hot tub in here or we want to extend this deck out for more living space, we have the opportunity to do so now. Before we didn't. So we've opened it up, we've opened our options up just to beautify and blitz this yard. And I want to give a huge shout out for the trees that today's nursery had provided us and delivered. Also a huge shout out to Pioneer Sand and Gravel, who provided all the sod, the rock, the mulch, the soil, the breeze, and the flagstone. I couldn't have done it without them.
And that's how you blitz a backyard. Man 101.
You're welcome.